Now after labeling all this image, now I will click this add these images to dataset, right? Now all these images, all the 5 images that I actually manually labeled, right? So first of all, I need to add it. The next step is to add this image into the dataset. Now once you click this button, right, so you will get this 5 distribution of image, and these are basically all these images I have. Let's say that I want to like split this image into a test, train and validation. Okay, so I have an option from here itself. Okay, if I split the data, then I will see that, like, let's say that I have 70% of data. So this I am just showing you for the demo purpose. Let's say that if you have a 10,000 images, right, so you need to assign some extra labeler. If you're not using the auto labeling tool, I urge you to like use the auto labeling tool whenever you have a huge chunk of data set. But for that purpose also you need to like assign a labeler, so that they will going to like completely see or approve that whether it is a good labeling or bad labeling. I will show you in the later part. For now, let's stay to the manual labeling part. Okay, so let's say that I can actually pick the percentage. Okay, so let's say that the 3 image I want to like keep it for training model, for validation model, and let's say this image, right? So 1 image for the testing model, and I can actually add this 5 image. So this image is now added to this data set. Okay, again the number first step is what? You created one project. Okay, the second step is you annotated the data set. Okay, you upload your data set, then it will directly jump into the annotation. Okay, you annotate your data set by yourself, and after doing the annotation part, then let's come to this third option, which is like you added all those annotated image into your dataset folder. Okay, now after adding these things, now what you need to do? First of all, you need to train your model because you have already approved it, correct? But before training the model, right, you need to like download the data set into that model version format. Okay, for that, you just after uploading this data set, you just go here, the training the model size, and let's say that if you want to train the model for, let's say, Roboflow instant model. Okay, just click it here, and let's say that you wanted to do the custom training. Okay, so in order to train the model, right, so first of all what you need to do is that you just go and click it here, which is like custom training. Okay, now after clicking here in the custom training part, right, now what you need to do? After that, you need to apply some of those pre-processing step. I have already told you, right, that let's say that you need to like add the data augmentation part as well. While we were doing the CNN implementation of image classification through TensorFlow, I have already told you in that lecture as well, right, that suppose if your data size is like very less, or even if you have a big chunk of data, you need to like make your data set in a more diversified manner, more flexible manner. Why? So that your model start pinching the detail of each and every part of the data set. Okay, so that your model will not become biased. That's why. Okay, so for that you need to go and do the custom training option. Okay, again I'll tell you. Okay, from the dataset part, train this model, custom training, and you will hop into this page. This is like the next one, which is version. Okay, now what you need to do, you can actually like either name your version, let's say version 1. Okay, version 1 of my dataset. Then this is basically the pre-processing step, right? Now let's say that I want to add something, like let's say that I want to like add some contrast or some brightness. I can actually apply this thing. Okay, so this will going to apply my auto orient pre-processing step to my data set. Now suppose if I going to add some other thing, which is like the resizing, or let's say I want to add the other one, which is like the grayscaling. I can do the grayscaling part as well. Okay, let's say that I want to do something as crop. I can actually like try to do the cropped image like this, but I think cropping will going to decrease my data set, so I'm not using this part, right? Similarly, you can actually add so resize I don't need, static cropping I don't need, dynamic cropping I don't need. So this is good enough. Okay, the grayscaling and the auto orient method. Now again press continue. Then again the most important step is your data augmentation, right? In the augmentation step, what you want, let's say that in augmentation step I want a rotation, of course. So let's say these are my rotations, so this is my data is getting augmented. So you need to prepare a data set as, let's say, as diversified as possible, right? Just click on apply. Okay, so this rotation augmentation has been added. Again, if you want to add some other augmentation, let's say flip, you can actually add it, right? Then let's say some blur you want to add. Okay, you can actually add it, right? So these are the augmentation steps that you can actually add. Now if I press the continue button, so after doing the augmentation part, of course, you know, right, that data set size has like will be increased, right? Then again, finally, you need to create a create button. Okay. So now your data set, whatever your 5 to 6 images were, it now converted after doing the data pre-processing and augmentation, it now converted into the total 11 image. Okay. So if you want to view this image, you can actually go and actually view this part, right? So these are basically the images you have. So 9 you have actually like processed it into the training section. One is for validation, one is for testing, right? Again, go to the version part. Okay, and these are basically your data, right?